In May, Manchester City were able to scoop one of the most sought-after strikers in Europe, Erling Haaland, for just €83 million, and we all just immediately knew that that was an absolute steal, because the 22-year-old is worth way more than 83 million. Even more than 100 million. The Norwegian played only 24 games in the Bundesliga last season due to injuries, but he ended up as the third highest goalscorer in the league with 22 goals. His efficiency in front of goal in the German top flight last season was only second to Robert Lewandowski, one of the greatest strikers of this generation. An injury-free Haaland would probably have finished with the Golden Boot. And the season he had in 2021 is proof of that. That season he finished as the top goalscorer in the Champions League, becoming the youngest player ever to achieve that feat. He was also the Nations League top scorer, Champions League forward of the season, and Bundesliga player of the season. This is just a hint of how good Haaland really is. That comes as a no shock given his training and diet routine, which we have talked about in one of our previous videos. I will direct you to that video at the end of this video. Moving on. The man is simply phenomenal. And now that he has joined a better team, he is now surrounded by much better players, and is being managed by a much better coach. You just know that he will only go on and do much more amazing things. And he already gave us a glimpse of that in his first game for Manchester City. We had known that the Norwegian wonder kid was a City player since May, so it was a pretty long wait before we saw him actually step on the pitch to play for Pep Guardiola's side. He travelled with City to the US for their pre-season tour, but even then, Pep just had to make us wait a little longer. He was on the bench throughout the game against Club America, but 3 days later, when City met Haaland's old rivals, Bayern Munich, in Wisconsin, he was a starter. He looked sharp from the very first blast of the referee's whistle, and just 12 minutes into the game, he gave City the lead. That was his very first goal in a Manchester City shirt, and it was enough to win the game for the Mancunians. Before moving on, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now, we will admit that his competitive debut for City in the Community Shield against Liverpool was not exactly what we expected it to be. It was not a very good day at the office, but he still hit the crossbar and put the ball in the back of the net once, even though it was immediately ruled out. Also, no one on the pitch that day created more big chances than him. Not Trent Alexander-Arnold, not Salah, and not even Kevin De Bruyne. So, you could say it was a bad day for Haaland. But if that is what a bad day at the office looks like for him, imagine what it will look like when he has a good game for City. And you should know that it isn't just us saying he is so good and so invaluable. The truth is that even the professionals think he is. Marco Rose, who coached him at both Salzburg and Dortmund, called him a rocket. The German manager even attributed most of the success he enjoyed at the Austrian club to the Norwegian giant. Years before Pep Guardiola signed him, the City boss loved Haaland and had only the best things to say about him. You know how very economical Pep can be with his adulation for players, especially the ones that don't play for him. But here's what he said about Haaland when he was still a Dortmund striker. I would say this player is almost unstoppable, and the best way to defend against these talented players is to not let them have the ball. He is a good player not just because he is fast, the quality of his first control, how he links with his mates, strong in the air, and good finishing. He's a top-class player and will be stronger in the future. Many more managers and players who have coached and played with Haaland have had the best things to say about the striker, but one that really stands out for us is this comment made by a top manager who has never coached him. In fact, Haaland now plays for his biggest rivals. After City nicked the widely sought-after centre-forward, here's what Liverpool's first-team coach, Jurgen Klopp, had to say about him. Good player. I think Erling will realise all of a sudden that he can score a lot of goals on the second post. He will love that. There will be other situations where he's a real beast. He's been injured a couple of times at Dortmund, but he's a real beast. Unfortunately, a really good signing. If Bundesliga thought he was the best player in their league last year, Champions League thought he was the best forward in the tournament last year, FIF Pro thought he was one of the best forwards in the world last year, Pep Guardiola thinks he's unstoppable, and Klopp thinks he's a real beast, then you just have to believe it. They can't all be wrong. This guy is really worth a whole lot more than $100 million, and we are sure we will see proof of that this season in both the Premier League and the Champions League. But if somehow you are of the opinion that he is not worth that much, tell us why you think so in the comments. We would love to see you take a shot at convincing us. And while you do that, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification. We'll catch you in the next video. That's all from Hattrick for now.